left and the content right. And I worked with an incredible designer, HTML, just, you know, client-side developer, and he told me, you know what, float everything on one side, float it all left, or something like that, and it just works better. Everything stays in place. It's a lot more deterministic. So I recommend that. I pointed out select tutorial earlier. From the same folks, there's this thing called float tutorial. So when I left Vertigo a few years ago, the guy replacing me was a computer science, really smart guy. I was like, oh, no problem, you'll pick this up. And then when I started working with him, he'd never done any web development. So, geez, this thing is all HTML, CSS, Java. I mean, there's some client-side code or server-side code, but there's a lot of client-side. So he said, okay, well, you know, I had a good transition period with him. The first thing I did was I pointed him at select tutorial and float tutorial. So this thing works, you know, floating an image to the right, clearing, all that kind of stuff. So this is a really, really helpful, somebody was taking a picture there. So this is really helpful, float tutorial. And this is when I was first, I worked on a major restructure of a site that was originally 20,000 physical ASP files in a financial company. So it was all done by contractors, and they just, you know, oh, you need another page? Copy, paste, let me get to work, right? And so the thing was a total mess. And finally, after years, we said, well, we'll move this into a CMS. And that was our kind of period to rewrite things. And I worked with a tech lead, and he's like, hey, you know these div things? If we move everything to divs, we can do quite. And so we did, and that was kind of my first real experience here. And this stuff really helped me, the